And to get us more perspective, we are being joined by Scott Lucas. He's a professor of international politics at Clinton Institute, University College Dublin. Mr. Lucas, thank you so much for joining us here on WION. Good to see you. What do you think? Will the political uncertainty reach France's economy?
Certainly, we will see short-term uncertainty in the French economic system. I mean, that happens in any country where you have an inconclusive political result and where you don't have an idea of the future leadership. What I think accentuates this in the French case is that we not only in what you're calling gridlock between three different factions, which is the governing faction of Emmanuel Macron, the hard-right faction of the National Rally, and this broad left-wing coalition. It's that within the left-wing coalition, which got the largest share of seats in the assembly, there are actually four different parties. You go all the way from what you might call the center left, from the socialist and from the Greens, all the way to the hard left of France Unbowed and the communist. Now, that's a wide range of economic policy that you're talking about. Obviously, the Greens would want to pursue environmental measures, and the center left would want to pursue an increase in welfare, but it's the hard left that wants to go even further, and that's what's causing the uncertainty at this point.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, we know that the Parliament of France currently looks extremely fragmented. We don't know who the Prime Minister will be. When it comes to consensus in Parliament, are you worried?
At the end of the day, you know, governments keep everything going even in the midst of uncertainty. Belgium, France's neighbor, I think went more than a year, possibly more than 2 years without a government. And it was simply the agencies that continued to implement economic and social policy. Netherlands just had several months without a government. After their latest elections, they finally established a coalition within the past couple of weeks. So it's not uncommon, or at least not unprecedented, to have months without a clear ruling government in power, as long as you have caretaker agencies that function, and of course France does have a president, Emmanuel Macron stays in power, then I don't think you're going to see collapse. But what I do think you're going to have is an inability to plan for the medium to long term while you don't have a clear idea of who the next government is.
All right, Mr. Lucas, thank you so much for joining us here on WION and getting us your insights.
Thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.